to do. Right through behind the back fin without going through the spine. That way it could swim like that, pulling the hook. Now you can see the bobber out there. Yep. Now we have one rod and reel out there with a bobber and 40-pound fluorocarbon leader with a shiner. This is going to be our smaller light tackle combo. It just has a 1/0 hook, a smaller size hook, small rod and reel, 10-pound braid, and this is just going to be so we could play around with the shiners while we're waiting for the bobber. We're hoping the bobber gets the big tarpon out there in the pond. And we're going to see if we catch some bass or some smaller tarpon while hanging around. So we're going to look for a smaller shiner. I guess this will work. And we're going to hook them through the bottom lip and then through the top lip. Nothing too deep. And he's going to be swimming free. The line peeling out. Now we have a circle hook on right now, so we're going to let it take so it could swallow. Okay, drop. Okay, drop. Now it's taken again. We want to make sure the fish catches whatever it is and swallows it. Looks like it was dropped. Let's see. Okay, it's picked up again. Now the line is peeling out. The reason we haven't pulled yet is the first time we did it and we pulled the bait out of the fish's mouth. Largemouth bass. Not the tarpon we were looking for, but it's a start. I was reeling in the bait to cast back out and it got slammed. Nice little largemouth. Got a little bit of a belly to him. The only downside of, I guess, letting him take that long, which I didn't see coming, was the fact that he swallowed the hook. So with that being said, we're going to just take our Ankos and we're going to cut as close as possible. Now the line's cut. There's nothing we could do. It went past the tongue. So now we just got to release it. The fish will end up getting to remove the hook. Are we focused in on this release? That was cool. It wasn't a tarpon, but maybe we'll get one, so stay tuned for that. So guys, we have a new shiner out here on the bobber, and the great thing is we're using our rod runner. It's actually holding my rod while my bait is out there, so I don't have to let my rod sit against the dirt or the sand and really start corroding it or getting it dirty. It's sturdy, as you can see. It's how I store my rods and carry them. But it also doubles as a way to let my bobber go out there without me sitting and holding it, so I could go fish a lure while I have my live bait out there. But check him out. Great guy. relatively, biggest fish, not a bad bass. Look at that, there's a little bit of a belly to him. And we're gonna get that close-up shot. With the dark water, you could tell how the fish are darker. Look at the back. I mean, you can find some clear water bass in different days. Now we're gonna let this bass go. When he's ready to swim away on his own free will, and there he goes. So that's 2 fish on the free line and 1 on the bobber so far. And all 3 fish have hit when the shiner is with it. Ooh, look at that tarpon over there. Alright, so we just saw a big tarpon roll, so we threw out a bait to it. We pulled out the biggest shiner we had. The only free rod we had is a small, lightweight 10-pound braid and a 1/0 circle hook. That's like small bass. And this thing was like a 6-7 inch shiner. It just got smacked. It got laid out. And I did my best to try to set the circle hook, but we had the pressure of the fish on for maybe 15 seconds, and then it just popped right out, hook and everything. I think with a big tarpon, their mouths are like almost like sheet metal on the inside of their face. It just had its mouth closed on the shiner and it just let go. So at least so we're gonna play it again right now, see if there's a few in the pod, see if we could get something else to hit. So we're gonna hook them deep right behind the dorsal fin. Let's get them out. Let's see if we can get that big shiner. So we have a shiner out on the bobber. The bobber is this lake, I think a gar, which swim on the top of the water, and grab the shiner and swimming around with it in the mouth. So my guess is it's a gar. These gars swim on the top of the water and just steal whatever bait you have. I mean, they're fun to catch if nothing else is biting, but when you're targeting a game fish like a freshwater tarpon, I mean, they're a nuisance. They'll steal your shiners over and over. That's why I knew what it was. Bring him up on land. Alright, yeah, he's a big gar. He's a big boy. Now, they're almost impossible to even grab just because, I mean, this is rock hard. Now, obviously, he swallowed it, so we're gonna use our Danco pliers to cut the line right there at the corner of his mouth. Let's see if we can just grab him, flip him here for you to show you he's not getting harmed. Now, it shows you how big he is. I mean, he's longer than my leg, so let's release him. And I'm going to bring it down to the edge of the water. And just one more time. And there he is. I mean, it didn't hurt him holding him by his mouth. They will roll like alligators, so it's really dangerous if you're trying to unhook it or try to move it, because it'll turn just as quickly. Their shells are probably a bass that's right in here. bit it too. He swallowed it. With the fire. There's a tarpon right there. Do you have it recorded for the week? We're reeling out the bait to recast it, but look at the tarpon right there. Hold this real quick, just hold that.
Sorry.
Another shiner bass. I mean, we're out here tarpon fishing, but not gonna get upset about a bass. You're gonna stay there. Don't move. Got the hook removed. What bass is that? Number 4 now?
5, I think.
Bass number 5. Goodbye, buddy.